Holnam, the largest producer of quality cement in North America. But we're more than that. We're 2,700 people across the United States, living in communities like Clarksville, where our facilities are located.
Our plant here at Clarksville was built in 1966 and began operation in March of '67 as the largest cement plant built in the world at one time. We have the largest kiln in the world, and our mills and our other machinery are still some of the largest in the industry today. We are the second highest capacity of the Holnam's 14 plants, producing 1.4 million tons of cement annually.
Cement is the main ingredient in concrete and is the foundation of America's growth and infrastructure. Its roads, bridges, homes, offices, and public buildings. Cement products form the backbone of our modern, mobile society. But Holnam's contribution to the community is as important at Clarksville as it is on a national level. At Holnam's Clarksville plant, producing a quality product, protecting the world around us, and being a good neighbor are part of the job for every employee every day.
We understand that our company has a responsibility to produce a quality product so we can remain a strong part of the economic life of our community. We also have a strong commitment to being a good neighbor, a commitment which our people make their highest priority.
Holnam understands the necessity of protecting our environment. We maintain a healthy and beautiful environment for all of our surroundings, which include deer, turkey, and other wildlife around our plant.
While we mine, we also protect the environment. For example, we have an excellent land reclamation program where we've reclaimed over 250 acres of land used by mining and now is used by the farm. In fact, we've also constructed 3 lakes. This area's natural resources make an excellent location for a cement plant. The land is underlain by limestone and shale, which are the ingredients for the manufacture of cement. In fact, it's estimated that there's nearly 400 years of raw materials here for manufacturing quality cement.
After the limestone and shale are mined, the materials are prepared for the cement-making process. They are crushed and then fed into a ball mill, where they are mixed with water and pulverized to form a slurry. At that point, the slurry is ready to be fed into the rotary kiln.
The kiln itself is the heart of the cement-making process. The Clarksville plant has the world's largest rotary kiln. It measures 25 feet in diameter by 760 feet long, about the length of 2.5 football fields. It's an engineering masterpiece. It has a capacity of about 4,000 tons of clinker per day, more than any other wet process plant in the world.
Inside the kiln, a chemical process begins, transforming the raw materials into cement as they are exposed to an extremely hot flame. The slurry's passage through the inside of the kiln begins at the higher end, where the material is brought to the boiling point. This evaporates the water from the slurry. As the material continues to move along the length of the kiln, it passes through increasing temperature zones that ultimately reach 3,400 degrees Fahrenheit. At this temperature, the material breaks down and recombines into a new material called cement clinker. This clinker drops from the kiln into an air-quenching cooler, which recovers the heat for the combustion process in the kiln. The cooler is equipped with a dust collector to capture all of the dust created by the cooling process. The clinker then moves to one of 2 cement mills, where 5% gypsum is added and it is ground into fine powder. From there it's conveyed by a pipeline to the 200-foot high storage silos to await shipment by rail, truck, and barge.
We are committed to making a quality cement product for our customers. In order to do this, our laboratory is located next to the central control room. The front part of our laboratory is quality control, which is covered on a 24-hour basis. Our product is checked all the way through from the raw material to the finished cement product. The front part of our laboratory is physical and chemical testing. We check to make sure that we meet all state and ASTM requirements.
We use a lot of natural resources at Clarksville, and because of that, we're always looking for ways to conserve them. We recognize that fossil fuels, such as this coal, are irreplaceable and needs to be used responsibly. That's one of the reasons the Clarksville plant has been supplementing its fossil fuel supply since 1986 by recycling a number of carefully selected liquid wastes.
These materials are chosen for the intense heat they produce. The United States Environmental Protection Agency has categorized these materials as hazardous, primarily due to their flammability, which is approximately the same as a mixture of gasoline and fuel oil. These supplemental fuels are made up of used petroleum products, used solvents such as dry cleaning fluids, mineral spirits from parts washers, filling stations, and garages, and used paint thinners. It's a technology which has been proven to be both safe and efficient, not only in Clarksville, but in 25 other plants across the country.
We can efficiently use this fuel to burn the kiln. You know, it's an economically positive thing for our company to stay competitive, and we need to so we can stay in business to manufacture cement, which is our main concern.
The Clarksville plant turned to the use of supplemental fuels because scientists have recognized that the cement kiln provides the most effective way to recover heat from these materials and destroy them. In fact, because of the cement kiln's high temperatures and long retention time, cement kilns regularly destroy as much as 99.9999% of the organic contents in the fuel. A system of automatic safeguards is in place to immediately shut off the flow of waste fuels to the kiln should there be any irregularity in the process. In addition, the Clarksville plant does not accept radioactive wastes, pesticides, PCBs, dioxins, or other acutely toxic substances. Through a rigorous testing program, the plant is able to ensure that these materials are not in the fuel supply. The waste fuel program at Clarksville is successful for a number of reasons, not the least of which is a state-of-the-art computer system at the plant which helps ensure the safety and efficiency of the program.
The computers at this plant do an excellent job of monitoring our fuel supply. If the computers detect any substance that's not approved for use in our kiln, then we are notified immediately.
The testing process begins with Safety Clean, an international company with scientific expertise in handling supplemental fuel programs designed for cement plants. They test the material at the source to determine the content of the fuel. If the material can be safely used in the Clarksville cement plant, it is shipped by truck to Safety Clean's Clarksville facility.
When a shipment arrives at the on-site facility, a sample is taken from the truck. This sample is tested at the on-site laboratory to confirm that the truck analysis is the same as the analysis conducted at the source. If any unapproved substances are detected in the shipment, it will not be allowed to unload and it will be returned to the source.
Once the analysis shows the contents of the shipment to be acceptable, the unloading process begins. The unloading area is a large, impermeable concrete basin that can hold the contents of an entire truckload of waste fuel. This ensures that the ground or nearby waterways will not be exposed to any waste material. The material is pumped from the truck into a blending tank. A vapor recovery system ensures that no gases are released into the environment during this process. After the tanks are filled and the contents blended, the material is sampled again and computer analyzed for a final time. If the fuel meets the plant specifications, the control room operator allows transfer of the material to the plant storage tank. Because it's a closed system, no gases are released into the environment. The liquid hazardous waste is then ready to be pumped to the kiln for use as supplemental fuel.
The use of supplemental fuels not only allows the Clarksville plant to achieve a significant savings in fuel costs, but it also provides an effective way of ridding our community of these hazardous wastes. If not burned in a kiln like ours, these wastes would otherwise have to be buried in a landfill, or perhaps disposed of improperly, thus providing a threat to our food and water supply. I believe it's important that we recognize the importance of this program, type of program, to the entire country. The EPA, the United States Environmental Protection Agency, has studied the scientific facts and found that cement kilns like ours are one of the safest and most effective ways of burning these hazardous wastes.
At Clarksville, we're committed to the well-being of our employees. This commitment is reflected by our plant safety program.
The Clarksville plant has a continuous safety program in place. As part of this, we have a safety committee which meets once a month to discuss new ways to improve safety at the plant. We also have continuing safety training programs in place to ensure every precaution is taken to maintain the health and safety for all of our employees.
With taxes and payroll of over $7 million annually, plus additional goods and services bought in the community, the Clarksville plant makes a significant economic contribution to the area.
We recognize the importance of having good corporate citizens. Holnam's contribution to the local economy is much more than just dollars and cents. Its presence has helped our area grow in ways that would not have been possible without the company's commitment.
Of course, the most important contribution that any organization makes is through its people. At Holnam's Clarksville plant, that's particularly true. Holnam's employees contribute their time and talents to worthwhile causes in the community. Several employees serve on the school boards in the nearby districts of Clopton and Bonsall, and many others are volunteer firemen for the Clarksville Fire Department. In addition, the company and its employees donate a great deal of time and money to local youth organizations, schools, churches, service clubs, and charities.
I not only work here, but I live here. I raise my family in this community. And as a worker, I'm proud of the contribution we make to this community, and I hope the community is proud of the efforts we as workers make here by trying to produce the best product we can.
In all these efforts, and in their day-to-day activities at the plant, our employees share the Holnam philosophy. That philosophy reflects a commitment to producing a quality product, responsible management of natural resources, protection of the environment, and active participation in local community affairs. Holnam, helping build our future.